Hi everyone. God, what a beautiful day here. The sun is shining. I hope this is kind of recording and showing okay, because the sun is baking in the window here off of me. And just to say, I'm also drinking coffee. I hope that doesn't annoy anybody. But I kind of have a few things to say, I suppose, and don't as normal, genuinely, I don't have any script in front of me. But so I said I'd have a cup of coffee and sure we could be chatting away. By now most people will have known that the vintage room, the little shop that I had there on Main Street, Schull, selling the unusual collectibles and the offbeat antiques, that's been closed. So I had to kind of close that down because, for obvious reasons, I wasn't making any money. So I suppose this video now is about, and the title I think is going to be, to eBay or not to eBay. That is the question. Some people might, maybe a lot of people wouldn't have known that, you know, on top of having the shop and stuff, I've been buying or selling, I suppose not really buying much, but selling on eBay for about 18 years now, for a long time. And over that period of time, I've fallen in and out of love with eBay several times. I have this kind of a love-hate relationship with them. Like, while I've had genuine success, good success selling on their on the platform, I've also found it at times very frustrating. And again, just to say like that, what I'm talking about now and discussing is this is coming from an eBay reseller in the Republic of Ireland, down here in the southwest corner of Ireland. I know that, you know, obviously over in the United Kingdom, and obviously the Great Britain, the mainland Europe, North America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and all these places, because there might be people take a look in from those countries as well, like to watch this from those countries. It's far easier with the big country because you have a huge population. You don't have to really sell outside of your country. You can play to your audience within your own country, and it is far easier and to make it work when you can do that. But because I'm here in where I am, if we go selling from this country, we have to look farther abroad. I don't think in the 18 years that I've been at it, I don't think I've ever sold anything on eBay within Ireland. And that's for no bad reason. In Ireland, we obviously have Dundee and the what's the other one? Adverts.ie, and they would be the two big selling platforms, and of which I've had stuff. I've obviously sold stuff there too, but not in huge quantities. So eBay, you see, there's, where do I begin? This could be a long video. I'm going to try and explain it because I think it's important. You know, there might be people watching this who know an awful lot more than I do, and maybe they can offer me some advice, or indeed there might be people watching this who are thinking about, you know, selling on eBay, or indeed Etsy or Shopify or any of these. I had looked at Etsy. I have an account with Etsy as well, but I haven't genuinely sold anything with them yet, but that's maybe something that we'll consider as well. But to talk about the pros and the cons of selling on eBay from Ireland, because it's lovely, you know, the way people, when in a conversation where it's, you know, it's so easy to say, oh sure, why don't you sell on eBay, or oh, I'm selling on eBay and all this, and just, you know, as if it was the simplest thing in the world. But there is a lot of obstacles and a lot of things that make it a lot more difficult from where we're coming from in Ireland to sell than you would have on the bigger platforms in the bigger countries. Now, to go back, before, if I was to go back, where did I have the most success selling on eBay was, I remember I sold a lot of car parts, classic car parts on eBay, and they all went over to the UK, to England. I don't know, sorry they didn't. I said they went all over the world actually. The badges and different things like that. Some of them we went to Japan with them and New Zealand and all over. So it is a wonderful system if you get it, if you can make it work. It's brilliant to see how stuff can travel all over the world. And that's back maybe about 10 years ago. I scrapped a Noston 1100 car from, she was 1970, and I bought it with the intention of doing it up, but the floor pans and the chassis and stuff were gone too rotten. It was, for me, it was gone too far, and so I decided to scrap it, and I broke the car down into 1,000,000 pieces and put the small bits up on eBay at the time. And of course, you see, if we go back to before Brexit, we had access, coming from the Republic of Ireland, we had access to the UK, the UK market with eBay, because you had different things you had, or with anything selling online in any structure, not just eBay. You had things like, you had free trade. So if I was to sell that coffee lid, put it on eBay and sell it for £20, it would, I could, the two advantages I had pre-Brexit were, it was cheap to ship stuff over. I could ship stuff by courier with DPD. That time you take it down to Camiers below Ballyhob, I think up to 10 kilo box, nice size box, 60 by 40 by 40, that kind of size, and you would get it shipped for less than €20. That's it. You get a lot of stuff into that box now to the United Kingdom. That'll be signed for and all registered. Then along comes so therefore you could sell, and plus the fact when it would arrive over to the buyer in the United Kingdom, they would just get it delivered to them. There was no extra charges. Now post Brexit, we're stuck in a situation where, number one, the UK sellers, if they ship their stuff outside of the United Kingdom into Europe, then most of you probably know now already from a lot of people buying on Amazon and different places, you are being charged, and believe it or not, you're being charged by Amazon as well. It's just that they're good at hiding it. They don't show it to you, but well, maybe they do, but there's a charge, which a lot of time you don't notice it. So like, now if I send something over to the United Kingdom, two things have happened. Number one, the cost of transport to get it over there is 2 or 3 times as much now. Very few couriers actually doing it. There's a lot of paperwork involved, and even if you would go to An Post, there's paperwork involved. It's quite expensive. And when it arrives over, there's import duties in England as well on the other side. So the customer's paying as well. So that puts people off, is what I'm trying to say. So then on top of that, I've had up to recently, I've had an eBay shop on eBay, my eBay shop open, and it got very frustrating last year because number one, what I saw was that the British market collapsed for me, where people weren't buying. And number two, I couldn't compete anyway, even if I had a nice part of a car or something or a badge that I wanted to sell. It was very, very hard to actually make any money out of it. And then on top of that, for whatever reason, all the beautiful people over in mainland Europe, the amount of correspondence I got if I had something up on eBay, I'd love to buy that, but I'd be charged the import duty. They presume that because they presume that Ireland is part of Great Britain and that we've left the European Union as well, and they're presuming that that they're going to charge import duty, so they're not, but they don't a lot of the time, the few people that would have contacted me about it, how many more people have looked at it, presume that we were outside the European Union, that they would be paying import duties, and didn't bother engaging at all, so like that's the first thing. At least the people that contacted me, I had to go back to them and say, no, we're still in the European Union, we're not part of Great Britain, and this is the Republic of Ireland, and And then even they came back and said, can you prove it to me? You know, can you give me proof that if I buy this, that I'm not going to be hit with import duties in France, and there's another one in Belgium and stuff, I think. So that can prove quite difficult. And it also goes to show, you know, that presumption is the mother of all fuck-ups in this world, because, you know, people, we know our geography, and we know our history, and we know where we are and who we are, and that we're still part of Europe. But an awful lot of people in mainland Europe, believe it or not, guys, they think that we're outside now as well. So that kind of makes it more difficult. Oh God, I sound very droned on, don't I? But and this isn't supposed to be done. I just want to trash the whole thing out, have the conversation, let's talk about it. Because so anyway, I decided we closed the vintage room, and I said to myself, God almighty, you know, see, we're moving house as well. With the next year, our own house is going on the market. It'll be for sale. Could be for sale by the time you're watching this video. If not, it will be for sale very, very soon. And we're renovating another house, and we're going moving in there. So I'm having to deal with all the stuff that I've collected over my lifetime. And I'm at home now, and I'm opening boxes, and I'm finding stuff and seeing stuff, and oh my God, you have absolutely no idea how much stuff I have. And to me, treasure. To other people, probably junk. But you know, when I'm opening boxes now, looking at stuff, I can't remember where I bought it. I don't know how much I paid for it. Sometimes I have a vague idea, maybe where I got it or something, but it's very, very rare. Like and how much I paid for it, in most cases I have no idea. So and the stuff that never made it into the shop, into the vintage room thing, and plus the fact that I can't stop buying. Oh my God, yeah, Jesus, I need help. I mean, I closed my shop, but I'm still buying stuff, treasure. So I had to come up with a plan, and the plan is as follows. And I'd like you to come along on the journey. This is why I'm talking about all this now. I'd like you to come along on the journey if you're interested, or if you'd like to do it, and we can see. I suppose my biggest problem with the vintage room is that I don't know when I'm bait. And I suppose in ways I am bait like with it, but there has to be a spark. We have to keep the little flame burning somewhere, you know. We have to try, we have to keep trying, and you know, try and find some way to make it work. So what I did was I took a room, I found myself a room, and I painted it up and got it all cleaned up and stuff, and I had to get lights wired and sockets and all the rest. And it's only a small room. It's 124 square feet, which is not big. But I decided to, I said what I would do is I would pull out stuff, some of it that I haven't seen in years myself, and we put it into boxes, and we got it up here, and we put it into the room, and we got all set up, and we got Wi-Fi, and we got everything, and got myself a nice comfy chair. And I said we'd have a go. What I'll do, you see, sorry, I know I'm talking riddles, but when I was selling on eBay, I was a site, I'm very disorganized. I'm very organized in some ways and very disorganized in other ways. And I had a couple of instances where, I felt so bad over it afterwards, where I had stuff up on eBay, it would sell out of the shop, I'd forget to take it down out of eBay, and then the next thing it would sell on eBay, and then there was one thing in particular, a very nice man in America, and in the end, in fairness, he understood, but I mean, he'd bought and paid for it, and I had it sold maybe 2 months ago on the shop, and when I saw the sale coming through on my phone, I said, my God, the penny dropped for me. And you know, just trying to keep all that going and stuff, and I wouldn't have any computerized stock system or anything, and you know, I'm a bit here, I'm scared that way, because you know the way I am. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that every single thing now that's inside in this room, what I wanted to do was have a self-contained little room space, that everything inside here now is going to be listed on eBay, and it's going to be put away into boxes. I have my SKU numbers and everything set up for my boxes. Everything that I'm putting up is skewed, which I would do anyway. It's very important when you have stock, to know where you can find it again. but it can be put away, and if it stays there for the next, we hope not 10 years, but if it stays inside in the box, let it stay there as long as it can, or as long as it has to, and then I can go back and look up if it sells my SKU number, find it, and get it shipped out. So this is stock that I'm not going to be touching again. It's for want of a better word, it's all part of my own personal collection now, because I'm not trading in a shop. So what I can do with it is I can have a little bit of fun with it, photographing it, putting it away, put it up on online on eBay, and then it will stay here. The other part of the plan with the Vintage Room is that it's obviously been rebranded to the Quirky Picker now, because the Vintage Room is no more as such, the shop. But I intend to do, I'd like to do a few antique markets, nice antique markets around the country. So you might see me popping up, coming to a town near you shortly as well, with other stock, taking other stuff that I have. And believe me, I have a lot of stuff. You know, the reason I'm doing the eBay thing is that at this stage, look, I have nothing to lose. It's my stuff, it's my stock. What else am I going to do with it? So we're going to put it up there. I find that with eBay, because the kind of stuff I have, the cost of shipping, which can be quite expensive, the market I'm looking to sell to, it can be a slow burn. It's like a deep soak. Anybody involved in fishing will know what I'm on about. You know, it's like it's a long-term thing. You don't put some. There's a lot of eBay resellers who are just selling a lot of stuff very, very quickly and turning it over. I've never been that successful at that, where I kind of have to sit and wait on it, and sometimes it can take up to a year before it goes. And sometimes a lot of stuff doesn't sell at all, but it's still worth a gamble. You know, all it takes now is a bit of time from me. You know, and sure, I mean, we have time. Right, what was I going to say now, because I know I'm up to 16 minutes now here, so I need to be pushing on with what I'm saying, and then we can be talking more as we go along. I'd like to bring you along on the journey with me. I'll tell you everything insofar as what stuff is costing, how much we're charging for it, how much it makes, if I made any profit, if I did, if I didn't. And on top of that, there will be a good few videos now in the beginning sitting inside in this room, but then going forward, you know, we'll be going out buying stuff, and it's more maybe tailor-made for eBay and thing, and I'll bring you along on those buying trips as well, if you'll come along with me. At this stage, please, I want to ask you to hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this, hit the subscribe button, please, for me. It's free, it costs nothing, but all it means is that I have an extra subscriber. It's completely free. As soon as you hit the subscribe button, there's a little bell. Hit the bell as well, and that means when new videos pop up, you'll be notified. And if you know anybody who'd be interested at all, please just tell people, get me subscribers, because if I'm talking to people, it's a lot easier, and I can make an awful lot more videos as we go along, you know, and we can have a lot of fun with this if we do it. We might sell a few bits. I'm not promising I'll sell anything, but I am promising that we'll put it up there. We'll see where we can go with it, and I'll try to explain to you exactly why and what stuff is costing, and the charges and all the rest of it, and so on. Without further ado, I've put 10 items up on eBay yesterday, just to start off. Now, before we actually get up and running, if you consider us that we're like fishermen, and when fishermen go out fishing, they need lots of hooks, or lots of pots, or lots of nets, or lots of gear. To actually be considered as making it worth your while on eBay with an eBay shop, you really do have to have at least 200 listings. I have friends who have over 1,000 different items listed, and thousands. The most I've ever had myself is probably about 140 or 50, and like I said, with varying degrees of success. So I've just put up 10 just to start to get back into it. I reopened the eBay shop, and I've been setting it up and customizing a lot of it to my own thing, and it's so it's there now under the Quirky Picker. But like, realistically, we need to get up to about 200. I'm slow at this. It is very, very slow and tedious for me to put stuff up. You know, there's photography, there's listing, there's all the rest of it. But as time goes on, I might get a little bit faster with it. And but the target is I need to get 200 items up. I'm giving myself a target of 20 items a week. It's going to take me about 10 weeks. It's going to take about 10 weeks before we're actually fishing. And it gets I got a little bit frustrated the other day, because I was up here getting all the room ready. I spent a good while up here, a good few days, Didn't got it all ready, didn't got all the stock up, and it's like if you are fishing and you're steaming to the grounds and you get to the ground and then all of a sudden all you want to do is to get the gear in the water and get fishing, and then you realise, you know, it's not a case of just throwing them overboard here. This is going to take time, and it's going to take me time because I'm slow and tedious and there's so much stuff to work through and get on with it. But guys, I've got some stuff. I have some amount of stuff, and it's a complete mixed bag of everything. It's not, you know, I mean, it's not. I don't do a lot of. I do. There's no clothes. I don't do clothes, vintage clothes, and not yet anyway. And also, you know, old games and stuff like that. I don't do much of that. Toys, I do a good few toys. But anyway, look, I'm going to show you. Right? Sorry, I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to show you the few items that I have photographed, that I have put up. I'm going to tell you what we're listing them for, tell you kind of what they're costing me, and give you an idea of why they have to be so expensive when we post from the southwest corner of Ireland. Right, he said. No, wait a second now. Let's see where I am. Okay, I'll show you. I just draw over a few things. See there now. Okay. And I won't delay too long because I know that the time will go on. The next in the video will be so long I'll be able to upload it. First thing, guys, I'm trying to group stuff together to see can we attract a little bit of interest. And depending on what the item is, you know, I found it's you have eBay Ireland, you have eBay UK, and we have eBay.com, which is predominantly America, really. I suppose. But a lot of people all over the world will go into eBay.com and look for stuff. But that's mostly I found the American market through eBay.com. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I sold. But having said that, I've sent all stuff to Japan and Australia and everything from eBay.com. But if you have something that's kind of specifically for the English market, then I suppose it's eBay UK. So this was posted up on eBay UK. There's two of these vintage tape recorders. This is a nice Hitachi one. The model number and all is there. I have the box with that. That's coming with the box. Lovely. That's in nice condition now, and it's working with the mains lead. I haven't tested it with batteries, but it's because I can't actually get it out of the sleeve here. It's so tight, but it's working with the mains lead. And I'm still selling it as parts, spares and repairs, because I haven't tried it with a tape. But if you plug it in, it's playing and rewinding and all the rest. So I'm seeing it's working. And then this one, you might have noticed, and you might have remembered this one. I bought this on the road trip last year. We bought that in North Wales, if you remember going into the departmental centre with me. This was one of the things I bought there. The battery department is actually quite clean, but I put batteries in, it's not working. I haven't tried it with the mains because it needs a 110 volt transformer that I don't have. And so I'm selling the two of them as spares and repairs. They have been listed on eBay UK for £60 sterling. What I am doing is I'm just giving free postage. So if it goes on eBay UK, that's free postage to the United Kingdom. If it goes on ebay.com, my prices are free postage anywhere in the world, with the exclusion of the places that I won't post to. So basically, I've set it up that anything that goes up on ebay.com, it'll be free to America. That's why the price sounds so high, I suppose, in the beginning, because it's free postage. America, Europe, the United Kingdom, obviously Ireland, Canada, Australia, Japan, a few places like that. But they're only being, sorry, two of them are just, that price includes free postage to the United Kingdom, £60. Now that's a buy it only price. I'm not putting anything up on auctions at the moment. We have that option down the line as well. And we also have an option that if things are moving, we can put up a ticket box that says we'll take a best offer on it. But for now, it's a buy it now price. The thing about that is that the postage, and I have all that wrote down here, £60, I'll do it quickly, that's €72. Now on that item, eBay are going to take 15% of its sales. So what's that? They'll take the €12. That brings us back down to €60. And the post and packaging to the United Kingdom for the two of them is €30. So if that sells at £60, I have to deliver it. eBay take their money. Postage obviously has to be paid, and I end up with €30 for the two of them. Now, for that particular product, that's not a bad return, because like I have a lot of friends over in England who do a lot of eBay reselling, and they will work on they work on huge margins. In fairness to them, they do. If they buy something for £10, they get 100 back for it. They do work on a big margin. They put a lot of work into it, and they obviously have their fees and all the rest to pay, but they're not paying high postage. But they are and they're doing it as full time. They're trying to make a living, and they're out buying and stuff. I'm looking at it now that all of this stock is, it's bought and paid for. I can't say it owes me nothing, because it owes me a lot of money. I spend an awful lot of money buying stuff. Anybody that knows me, my entire life, I'm addicted to it. I have a problem, and I don't say that lightly, because I do. When it comes to buying old stuff and stuff I like, I let my heart rule my head a lot of the time. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here now because we're selling these. £60 listing price. If they sell, I end up with €30. What do they owe me? The two of them owe me probably about €10 for the two. They weren't expensive items to begin with. So just a €20 profit. Not a king's ransom, but if we can get that, you know what, I'll take that. I'm not going to work on huge margins. I can't, because of where I'm trying to, like I explained, where we're trying to ship from. I can't. Right, next item I listed was, again, I have to move through these a little bit quicker. This little item here, that is that little Guinness penguin, dated around circa 1950s. It's rubberized, made out of rubber. It's made, stamped and all, in the Republic of Ireland, and it's that is a very collectible piece. I listed that on eBay.com, targeting the worldwide market on that. People that are into their Guinness stuff. This piece actually came out of the railway bar in Killorgan, which is owned by Jackie Healy-Rae now. But before Jackie Healy-Rae had it, it was the railway bar in Killorgan, and it came out of there when it was the railway bar in Killorgan. The listing price that I've put on that is, sorry, we've put, this is in dollars now, because we're going on to .com, so this has been listed to the Americans really. $280 US. Now to ship that to America is going to cost me $45. That's registered post. It's not a big item, but anything to the United States is going to be expensive to ship. I have it on a, what do they call it, a promotions listing, which means that eBay are going to take 20 or 21%. So look, I don't know what, and this is just running figures through my head quickly, is $280, €250. So if I get €250 on eBay, take 20%, they're going to take 50. And then I'm going to give another 45 to post it. So I'm down to, if it makes $280, by the time that's sold, I will end up with, I should have about €150 out of it, but that's the kind of piece you can sit on. That's going nowhere, only up in price. You can sit in those all day long. They're hard to get, rare and collectible. And I have got €190, €200 for them before. Out of the shop. They do sell, and I'll take 150 on that now, profit. And if I could get clean profit on 50 €, it would be good. Obviously I have to pay my tax afterwards. What does that owe me? I think it owes me about €60. I did pay up for it. I didn't steal it. Right, what's the next thing? Oh yeah, this is a little one here though. Right, put that up on eBay UK as well. That's a little Smiths. You see that? I don't know, maybe very good at doing so. That's a little Smiths, what is it, about 1960s? Car clock. Lovely piece. I tried it, it doesn't work. What happens to these is they dry out side. It is easy enough to get them going again. I'm not going down that road. I'm selling it as it is. The next person will take it, because sometimes people that'll take them, they might get it re-chromed, or they might take it apart and clean it. So I'm not touching it. Selling it as it is. But still a real, that's got the look. That's a cool piece. I have asked for that £60 sterling. I won't have much money out of it, because again, it's going to cost me, is that all I asked for that? Oh yeah, to send that to the United Kingdom was only €26, which isn't too bad. And by the time the fees and the whole lot are out of it, Eddie might have €35. Return, I think it owes me around, I did pay around €20 for that. I pay up for that stuff because I love it. But anyway, you know, that's the €15 return if we get there. We get there. I don't mind that. We have to start somewhere. Right, I'm going to show you these. I have got, I'll show you one box. Next listing is 4 boxes of these. Murphy's golfers, can you see that? That's the Murphy's Irish Open in Fota, in Cork, in 1992, isn't it? No, sorry, in 2002. In 2002, what am I saying? Sorry, I'm not a golfer, but 4 boxes of those. They're brand new, untouched, souvenirs, if you like, now collector's pieces. I have 4 boxes of those. We put those up on .com, and I am asking $125 for the 4 of them. That probably brings it back, I don't know, pulling figures out of my arse now, but probably brings it back to about €110. eBay, again, I've promoted listing that. eBay will take 20 and a bit more, 90. And you say I end up at 90, and shipping for those is, yeah, I should have shipping for those 40. End up at €50 for the 4 boxes or something. I'll take it. They probably owe me about, I think they owe me €15 for the 4 boxes, so I'll take that. It's good. It's good. And I'm trying to tell you as much, give you as much information as I can, because, you know, like, this is, I mean, it is what it is. I'll wear my heart on my sleeve here now. If I make a profit, if I make a good profit, I make a good profit. If I don't, I don't. And I make no excuses to anybody about it. A couple of really nice pieces here. Then the next listing, these, I put these up on .com as well. They're 1950s, look. Shop advertising. And that's the original Carol's packet, look. And the Sweet Afton, the cigarettes. You see them? 2 of them up. And that's their 1950s original, came out of a little pub. The shipping for them is €49. I'm asking for those because they're worth it all day long, €320. I was getting €160 for that, €160 for that in the shop, and I've sold a few of them. So $320 is what I'm asking, isn't it, dollars for the 2? Which brings it back to, what's that, guys? Help me, €280, is it? Top of my head. eBay, say I get €280. eBay, they're promoted listings. eBay will take 20% of that, 20, 40, you know, 50, 60, bring it back down to 220, and postage another 50. Jeez, why sell them that cheap? I'll end up with €170 for the 2. I was getting 160 each in the shop for them, but I'll take it. To be honest, they don't owe me a whole pile of money now. I've done well, I had a good few of them, and I did really well. Yeah, they probably only about €30 each, so there's the maths and that. Lot number 6, I have 10 items to show you guys, as time is running on. This guy, Brian the Brain, he was inside in the shop for ages, couldn't sell him, so I decided, look, anybody remember him? About 2 years ago I went on a road trip on my own over to the UK, walking through Newark on Trent, which is obviously on today. Well, would you believe it, over in the UK as I'm recording this. I have lots of friends over there. But I was walking through early on in the morning, Chris, and I see Brian. I was on my own. I said I needed myself a drinking buddy. So there was just myself and Brian. He was full of batteries, he switches on, lights up, and it was brilliant because I took him into the pub in the evening, put him up on the counter and said, you know, nothing to see here, just 2 regular guys having a pint. He was sitting next to me in the van for the whole trip. Oh, it was good. You know, that was the silly hour. You have to have a silly hour. Anyway, Brian is heading off to new home now if anybody wants him. He's one of the early learning thingamajiggies, well over 20 years old at this stage. And he is working and stuff. So I put him up. There's collectors. There could be collectors there for these kind of things. He's the kind of guy, I don't mind having him around, but I put him up there. And what did we ask for Brian? Oh yeah, it's $130. That's €110. He's not promoted listing, so you will take 15% of that. 95, and in euros I find up with €95, and oh my god, Brian the Brain posted €70. I'm going to end up with €20 for Brian the Brain, €25. That's not much, to be fair. I gave a £5 for him, £5. But if he goes off to new home and I get a drink out of it, you know, I'll take it. You see that kind of stuff, that's where you get snookered with carriage. That's what kills you. Really collectible fire engine. Meccano, the real deal. What's that, around 1950s? And it's complete. Now it's wearing its age, obviously, but it is complete. Pressed tin. These are, show you that quickly. That's a nice one of them, because it's complete. I see them and they'll be missing pauses and all that kind of stuff. That's about everything. To the right person is worth money. There are people who collect fire engines and fire trucks. We put that up on .com. I'm only asking, what am I asking for that? I'm only asking $140 for that, and it's €80 to post it. I'd probably end up with a €20 note out of that, which is scandalous really, but you know what? I really don't have the market anywhere else for it. I mean, it's worth, in the right market, it's worth €150, but not, I don't have the market for it. I have a couple of these cars, sorry. I love these. I've had a good few of these in my life, and I've sold a good few of them. Love these. They're these, what do they call them? Minister Deluxe Friction. You know, the Friction, the Force car? The tin cars, again. They're made in India by Amar Cars in India. Super cool. They're about 1950s, and they are in lovely condition. If you get a right market for these can go well, and you can get good money for them. But again, I've put them up for $190, and it's costing €65 to ship them to, that would be worldwide. Probably end up with €65 for myself for the two of them, which is very small money. But again, they don't owe me a whole pile of money either. Probably only €30 for the two. So if I got 60, I double my money for all the time photographing and all that, but sure, look, it's fine. I have these 4 of these. Where did I put these? Where did I put them? On the ends. I had something else now to show you. You know where I put it? On the ends. I have to forget about that. Where did I put it? Sorry guys, I'm after losing something. I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, they're here. These are from 1993. Tyco. Anybody knows Tyco? They're a good name. They're the business like. Dinosaurs from the National History Museum. They're new, old stock in the packaging. Again, there's collectors for all those things. And try kind of buy stuff, you know. I don't know why I buy half the time, but I like them. But I mean, time for them to go. I've put them up for, I've $240 in the 4 of them. That's free shipping worldwide. If they sell, and I pay everybody in charge and everything, probably end up with €140 thereabouts in profit. And what do they owe me? €10 for the 4 is what they owe me. That's a good sale. If we can make that now, we make money. But again, that's depends if we can make the sale. One last thing I want to show you, one last item, then I'll give you a quick tour of the place. Where did I put that? Oh yeah, look at this, look, 1960s guys. Anybody been to Lourdes? That's a 1960s stereoscope, complete with slides and all are brand new. Look at the duck egg blue. The stereoscope and the slides are of Lourdes. It's a souvenir from Lourdes in the early 60s. And nice piece. There are people who collect religious stuff. Not worth a whole pile of money, but it's in lovely condition. I've seen them before. You get white ones, they're not half as nice. That's a beauty in the colour. It's in the original box. Slides are unused. And souvenir of Lourdes. I have put on that $130. That's strong money, but you'll be hoping that maybe someone in the other side of the Atlantic would lock on to that. And if they do, like the post kills it. It's called, this is all, that's $130 delivered. Cost me €53 posted. And I'd probably end up, when that's all done, with about €30 maybe for it in my pocket. And out of that, I think it owes me 10 or so, maybe €20. There we are. Do you know what? While I have you there now, this is a little room, right? But an old fisherman taught me one time, If you think like a mouse, you're gonna stay a mouse. So for the purpose of this and going forward, right, I'm recording this now in the Quirky Picker International eBay, no, Quirky Picker International eBay shipping and warehousing department. How does that sound to you? I'll give you a quick tour now. Stay with me. To move the camera around now if I can give it a tour. See if it'll work. No. There we are. Okay, be very careful with this. 124 square meters. It's in a bit of a mess at the moment, guys, but look, that's the photography place there. I'm on my little photography lights and stuff. They're really cool. That works really, really well. Stuff that I'm listing, I'm going to just kind of put here, and then once it's listed, it'll go down into, I have my crates and already numbered, you know, A1 and stuff for skewing. That's the our little desk there. Nice postal weighing scales. And my own little desk. I don't even know why I'm showing you this, but you know it's important that maybe you see where I am. That's the stock now that needs to be listed. There's tons and tons, and I have boxes and boxes and boxes more. But to come up when that's done, I'm going to keep it all self-contained, and I stand some chance. Loads and loads of stuff. Not sure whether it's going to, how long it's going to take to get listed. I have so many car badges, guys. All that kind of stuff. Boxes and boxes of those. And that's kind of it. So for now, let's get this right now again. Put you back here now. For now, it's important that we know that this is, I'll be recording here for the time being from the Quirky Pickers eBay International Warehousing and Shipping Department in Sierra Leone. Okay. I'm 42 minutes rambling. Please subscribe, guys. It's free to subscribe if you're interested. Come along on the journey. I'll show you what I'm putting up. I'll show you what I'm doing. I might probably make a right arse of the whole thing. And, you know, I'm normally a very positive person, but, you know, I think there's so many obstacles against us. It'll be very unlikely we'll sell much. But we'll have a go at it, you know. And I'll have my stuff, at least I'll know what I have then in the end. And I have it all organised and skewed and photographed. We have to get about 200 lots up. I'll be posting again, but I'll only be posting again if people watch this, and if I get, you know, if it's worth everybody's while. Let's get subscribers and let's get going. I'll be posting on Instagram about the markets and stuff. We'll be heading off to a few antique markets, and I'm also going on a buying trip into May. Loads and loads and loads and loads of exciting year ahead. I really hope that everybody's keeping well, and we will